Welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, my name is Sarah and I am a professional organizer and expert declutterer, and we are a minimalist family who is living big with less. And today I'm going to be telling you exactly why we sold our bed to sleep on the floor. So if you have ever thought about futon sleeping, or you're just curious why on earth we would get rid of our bed, stick around. So guys, we recently sold our normal queen size bed and changed for a Japanese futon, and I absolutely love it. It is one of the best decisions I made. So what I thought I would do for you today is go through a little bit about why we decided to change, how we purchased it, and what we do to care for it, because it is a little bit different from using a normal bed. So if you have thought about futon sleeping or you're curious how we make it work, I'm going to fill you in on all the details. So the first thing is, why, Sarah, why on earth did you switch to sleeping on the floor? And the answer to that is, I guess, threefold. The first reason is for health. After having my babies, I had noticed that I had some sciatic pain, and I had read a lot online that sometimes either sleeping on a really firm surface or floor sleeping is a great option for trying if you have sciatica. And for me, it has been so beneficial and I feel so much better. I've had absolutely no sciatic nerve pain since I switched to sleeping on the floor. The other health benefit for me specifically is because I have a pancreatic condition, which means I end up with pancreatitis and jaundice on the regular. Even before I switch to floor sleeping, I can insert a picture here of what it looks like when I'm sick, but I would always prefer to be on the floor. I get very dizzy and nauseous when I'm sick, and so being on the floor or on a firm surface is where I would prefer to be. So having my bed on the floor was a great option for me. It was like the best of both worlds. Whether I'm feeling fine or if I'm having a bad day, I've got that firm surface to be on. The second reason why is space. The Japanese have absolutely refined the art of making small spaces really usable. And the best thing about having a futon is you can roll that baby up during the day and use that space for whatever you want to. So if I want to do yoga in the space, just kidding, I never do yoga in the space, but I do love having this big space because we have our office where both my husband and I work. Having the extra space to be able to bring seats in and set up lights and all sorts of things has been a real benefit for us. I actually just love clear space in general, so for me the aesthetic of it is really pleasing. I love that it feels open and I can get all the things done in this space during the day and then roll my bed out at night. So the third reason why is I actually like that it's really allergen friendly. So I know sleeping on the floor may seem like it is way dirtier than sleeping in a normal bed, but the fact that we can get in and vacuum both the mattress and the floor underneath, we can actually pick the futon up and lay it out in the sun, which gets rid of any sort of bacteria. All those dust mites and skin cells can actually be beaten out of the futon on a regular basis, which makes it really allergen friendly. So for me, who suffers from sort of allergies and things like that, and I love things to be super clean. If you've been around our channel for any length of time, you probably already know that, but I find it's so easy to clean and clean around it to get into those carpets underneath because we're rolling it up every day. So that has been the third big reason why we decided to change. So the next question is, where on earth did we get a Japanese futon? We live here in Australia, and I know that in other Western societies, sometimes these are hard to come by. I did a lot of research and I really wanted a futon that came from Japan. These guys know what they're doing, and so I found a store here on the Gold Coast which sell authentic Japanese futons that are imported from Japan. So they are made there and then shipped here. They are full of just cotton, which was another big thing because there are some futons out there that are filled with foam, but I particularly wanted one that was filled with cotton. And so it was wonderful that we could find somewhere local that we could purchase one, and they let us try it out. It was a great experience, and I'll leave all of their details down in the description box if you'd like to check them out. I'll also include some links for Amazon if you're in the US or the UK and you're interested. These are some other brands which also come from Japan, so if you're needing one and can't find a local supplier, this might be a good option. Hey guys, this is your friendly reminder to boop that like button if you enjoy this video, and make sure you leave a comment because it helps to feed the algorithm and bring more people to our channel. So the next thing I thought you guys might want to know is, how much does it cost? Is it thousands of dollars? Is it hundreds of dollars? I always like to know how much something costs. So we bought a queen size futon and it came with the slip cover for it. And oh my goodness, if you are going to get a futon, I highly recommend getting the cover. So it's just like a giant pillowcase. It goes all the way around the top and the bottom. It has a zip on the side and you just slide the futon in and you can wash that cover every couple of days or every week, just like you would your normal fitted sheet. So for all of that, for both the futon and the cover, we paid $840. And I know that that is an investment, but when you think of what you would pay to buy a bed frame and a really good quality mattress, that is sort of on par, if not greatly less than what you would pay for a traditional bed. So the next thing is, how do we do it? How do we use it? What does it look like to get up every morning and literally roll out of bed onto the floor? What we do is we roll out our bed in the evening, we set it up, we make it just like normal, and then when we get up in the morning, we take all the pillows and blankets off and then we roll the futon up. And then I sort of have it set up like a little day bed so that aesthetically it looks really pleasing. One of the things I was a little worried about is that it would look weird during the day, or we would look like students living in weird dorm accommodation. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I wanted it to look aesthetically pleasing during the day. So I really like how it looks during the day. It's just like a seating area, and then at night we unroll it. The other thing that we do is every couple of days when the sun is shining, we hang it over our clothes rack. So I have just a generic IKEA clothes rack, which I use for hanging clothes when it's wet outside, but it also works as the perfect stand for hanging up the futon on a sunny day. The sun is the best antibacterial. It gets rid of all those germs. It also allows the futon to air out during the day. You can do this as often as you like. We are trying to do it at least once or twice a week. I also like to give the futon a quick vacuum, both on the futon and underneath. This just gets rid of any dust in the air and out of the mattress and out of the carpet, so everything is clean every single day. Since we have changed to having a floor futon bed, our kids have been 100% on board with the whole idea. So in the coming months, I think they probably will switch to a futon, which I think is wonderful because kids' space is very precious in our house, and so to be able to roll up their beds every day and have all that clear space for playing or creating, I think is going to be a wonderful tool for our family. I think it's also going to open up a lot more living opportunities for us. So whether we wanted to move into a smaller house or an apartment again, all of those things are going to be way more achievable if we are rolling up every bed and freeing up that space during the day. Now, I totally get it. Futon sleeping is not for everyone. I know if you are a little bit older, the idea of getting up from the floor is probably a little bit daunting every single day, but if it is something you've thought about, I highly recommend it. I have never slept better or felt better since I started floor sleeping. So just the pros and cons. I guess I've shown you already a lot of the pros about health and space, but of course there is the other side of the coin, and that is the cons. So for me, there is very few cons, except that it's not super socially acceptable here in our Western society to sleep on the floor, and everybody has an opinion. And one of the biggest things that actually kept me from buying a futon at the beginning was that I was scared about what people think. And I thought to myself, this is ridiculous, Sarah. You tell people all the time to do what works and not worry about other people's opinions, because they are not living in your house, they are not sleeping in your bed, so you need to do what's right for you. I still personally find this setup really aesthetically pleasing. I love clear space, so it's the perfect solution for us. But just bear in mind that if you do change to it, not everyone is going to think it's a super great idea. As far as any other cons, I can't personally think of any, except that it maybe takes slightly longer to put the cover on than to put on a fitted sheet. But aside from that, everything else for us in our personal situation is a pro. If you have any questions about sleeping on a futon that you'd like me to answer, I will be most happy to chat with you down in the comments. Let me know if you've ever thought about getting one, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.